Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, Blue Lunar Night 777. I go by Leash and I am going to tap into some energies. Spirit has definitely been on my back and my backside about getting up on YouTube and putting out some messages that need to come forward for some individuals who are out in the world, out in the ethers. If this message finds you, whenever it finds you, is when you are set to receive the message and everything is not going to resonate, but you take what resonates and you leave the rest behind. I'm going to start out with the Antique Anatomy Tarot. So we've got two of coins here coming through. This is something to do with getting to the heart of the matter, finding a balance, coming to an equilibrium, doing a balancing act. I'm hearing equal share. So we're just gonna go with that as the theme of the message for right now, unless something else comes forward. I don't know. I just don't want to be on camera right now. I really am just focusing on getting the message out. I know y'all are used to seeing the camera face towards me, but this is the way it has to be for this reading. What is the frequency for the messages for the collective right now, Divine Creator? Thank you. I think I know what needs to come out. Okay, so one more thing about this Two of Pentacles here. This is getting back to the heart of the matter. There's something going on in your physical 3D realm. There's something that is either coming to a head or coming into a balance. Something that you feel very strongly about. It may be deeply rooted in your morals. It may be deeply rooted in your deepest desires and your most deepest intentions, right? And this is affecting your reality in some way, shape, or form. This right now is coming to some sort of balance. Something is coming to a head. Something is being faced. Seeing it for what it is. Ooh, we got happy family coming out here. Happy family coming out here. That's beautiful. So somebody is getting ready to, or is currently experiencing a really good time in their life when it comes to their closest relationships. Or if you're not currently in this energy, you're getting ready to step into it as a result of this balancing act that you're doing here. What's the frequency of this energy? So you're going from a 2 to a 4. Okay. Soul time comes out here, the number 40. Ashe. So we got 2, 4, and then 40. Let's see. So you've got a doubling and then it goes into a 10th power here. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge. One that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, which is our physical body, right? The two of coins. The soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. So there's a needing or a realization that where you are right now in this physical moment, all of the things that are present, and you can honestly say you took intentional steps to manifest, has always been, and it will always continue to be. So if there is any type of fear mongering within the heart space about losing something, whether it be a position, whether it be popular opinion, whether it be some form of respect, whether it's self-respect or respect from others or respect for others, that the fear around that is not real. Thank you. There's so much information coming at one time, and I'm trying to make everything make sense, but yeah, let's go to the energy oracle, and then we're gonna go back to the anatomy tarot. About, thank you, the 7th chakra archangel Uriel, Ashe, with that purple. So yeah, there's this divine guidance coming through that is either pushing you or has enlightened you to this need and this pursuit of balance. Tell me about this soul time. So it's got, oh, goddess of the moon. Ashe. So what's coming through here is a message to okay, some of y'all may be struggling with time. Some of y'all may have a very toxic or very negative relationship with time. It's either you're always feeling like you're running out of time, like time is working against you no matter what. You can never be on time. There never feels like enough time in a day. It feels like time is running away from you. And it's because you're looking at and you're understanding time from a man-made perspective. It would do you good and would do you a lot of justice if you learned how to understand time through natural law. And one of the best ways to understand time through the laws of nature is to study the moon, right? And I think that's why the goddess of the moon came out here for me to express that to you all. If you're having any type of menstrual issues, including PMS symptoms, you have a hard time keeping track of your menstrual cycle, it would definitely do you good to start checking out the lunar phases, to better understand your cycle, better understand where you are emotionally during certain phases within the lunar cycle. That way you can better plan. That way you know when to have action, I'm hearing, which makes absolutely no sense, but when it's a time for action and when there's a time to rest, right? I feel like a lot of you spiral down and go down this rabbit hole because your body is telling you and is forcing you to move not with the laws of man's time, but the laws of nature's time. So what do I mean when I say this? Your body slows down. It gives you signs and signals that you're doing too much. You may get really tired, and I feel like you're starting to notice that it's somewhat of a cycle. Like you can almost anticipate it, like, oh, I know what this feeling feels like. I'm gonna feel like this for a few days, and then I'm gonna feel like this, or then this is gonna happen, or my cycle may come. So these are all little nudges from the divine creator that it's time for you to really take your power back, and instead of moving through life sort of in a subconscious or unconscious, not subconscious, an unconscious way, that you take back your power so that you can move in accordance to natural time, natural law. This wants to come out. Oh, storm warning. Okay, so yeah, this may also help you. Every time I see storm warning, it always reminds me, or it's always an indicator and a signifier to me that there are a couple of you out there who struggle with tidiness, struggle with your environments being a reflection of your deep subconscious. So take a look at your surroundings. Take a look at, where you have, or if you have clutter, right? This is an indicator that there are things that you need to clean up. There's emotional baggage, emotional junk, things that no longer are serving you, but for whatever reason you're afraid to let it go because you feel like you may need it, or you may need to rely on it, or you may need to pull from it at some point in the future, right? But there are healthy ways of keeping certain things, and there are unhealthy ways, right? Instead of having a pile of important papers, you might want to instead take pictures of certain documents and keep them, in a zip folder or something of that nature, instead of having the physical paper there. Or you can buy a file cabinet, and I'm just seeing piles of mail, like somebody has a lot of mail, maybe bills or notices, documentation that I don't really see you needing in the future, but there's a fear there that an agency is gonna, send you something, or come knocking at your door, or call your phone, and you're gonna need proof for X, Y, and Z. But the divine is letting me know that this particular person that I'm speaking to, whatever you received that helped you out greatly, that came right in the nick of time, this was a blessing, and that it is not going to come back to bite you in the ass. You're okay. It's fine. You don't need to hold on to the physical remnants of it. It's actually doing quite the opposite. To keep those things, it's keeping you a little bit fearful instead of in a state of bliss and gratefulness for the blessing. If you feel like you need certain things, like maybe I'm seeing a case number or an ID number or a policy number, take pictures of those things or write them down somewhere and keep them safe, or write them in your phone in your notes, in a way that only you know what those numbers are about, just in case you need them for future reference. But I promise you, as soon as you get rid of those papers, you're gonna feel a whole lot lighter. It's gonna shift the energy in your environment and in your space. So that's for that. Okay, that is for that. the Ace of Wands. So somebody is really putting forth the effort to create, excuse me, the family that they truly desire. Someone is also putting forth the effort to make amends here, to show someone that they truly do desire them in the way that they deserve to be desired. I don't know why I'm seeing the hip. The world comes out with completion here. So you're getting ready to go into a new cycle, as far as your relationships go, or your relationship goes with a significant other. This has been a long time coming. You've gone through several phases that have taught you something about yourself and also about being in relationship with others. And all of this needed to take place in order for you to understand self and understand what you truly desired and what really is your definition of a happy family. I feel like if you didn't have an action plan before, or you had certain plans that you wanted to manifest as far as your family life went in the past, they didn't really take off and they didn't really gain any traction because they really weren't of your purest desires and intent. There was some sort of illusion surrounding what would really bring you happiness when it came to the type of family dynamic you would like to have. There may have been a lot of projecting, so not really understanding who you were at your core led you to, create a fantasy based off of other people's reality, when in all actuality, that was never going to work for you. You would have gotten to a point where it would have just been fake and you would have felt completely empty on the inside. So congratulations to you, whoever you are. I hope I'm not going all over the place and this makes sense. We're gonna put this one out here. Tell me more about the revelation from Archangel Zodiac and the Two of Pentacles. Thank you. So the Eight of Coins pops out here. This is something that has been a long time coming. There's been a lot of effort put into getting to this place that you are right now, where you are manifesting a good home life. I'm talking to people or a person here who is really dead set on creating the best version of family that they possibly can create. I feel like the collective that I'm reading for here is very hell-bent on family life, right? This is part of a soul contract. This relationship in particular is a soul contract here. This has been pre-written for this relationship to blossom and take shape and form here in the 3D this time around, and that's beautiful. Ooh, so strength comes out. So strength wanted to come out, and this is wonderful, right? This is another part of the hip, right? This is your femur. This is the biggest and the strongest bone in your body. So there's a lot of support. There's a lot of support here. There's a lot of support here. Also, just from a somatic perspective, because they won't allow me to get it out of my mind. I keep seeing it over and over. There's something about the hips here. There may be some lower back issues. There also may be maybe some imbalance as far as gait or balance. Imbalance, no, right? And that could be something pertaining to the hip area. So yeah, if you want to work out your hip area, and that's going to open up your base chakra, and that's the area where you manifest from, that's going to be really good. Yeah, look into some videos, do some research on releasing trauma from the pelvic area. That's going to be big for you all, for sure. There's a lot of information coming through from the intuition. So at some point, you're going to be led to do particular things, and it's best that you just go ahead and be obedient, because it's going to come to a point where you will be spiritually hijacked, in a sense, to do certain things. And it's not until after the fact that you realize, oh my God, I took this cup out and I didn't even realize that I was taking it out. Oh, I poured this water and I didn't even realize I was pouring this water. And I squeezed a little orange juice in it, or a little lime, or I'm just giving an example. But when you notice that you're doing things subconsciously, like you're moving things around in your physical environment subconsciously, and this tends to happen a lot. Like your ancestors will hijack you when you are not really paying attention. So you may be on the phone having a conversation and you realize that you're doing stuff around your house and you don't even know that you're doing it. So pay attention to those times when you are in motion and you're not really conscious of why or what you're doing, and just know that you are being spirit led. And yeah, give it up one time for your ancestors for pushing forward and really rooting for you and getting you to do things that you need to be doing, even when you're in resistance to it on a conscious level. So yeah, so listening and being obedient to any downloads that come through, especially when it comes to the body right now, because there's a lot. We've got pentacles, we've got the whole body here, we've got a lot of healing here that needs to take place in the physical body in order to release some sort of blockages, so that we can get to this happy family and kind of break this cycle of feeling like we don't have enough time. So let's see what kind of fool the collective is dealing with here. Who's the Joker of the story? Who is the Joker? I feel like there's more than one. Okay. Oh, look. A Fantasy's Fool. Alright, this card jumped out earlier, so this is a 10, right? 4 times 10 is 40. I'll shade, give thanks and praise. Okay, so it says you are a dreamer and have learned to live quite comfortably inside your head. Although your aspirations may seem lofty to others, you know they are attainable, and quiet persistence and determination may result in you attaining your goals. Ooh. So, real gangsters move in silence. That's what Spirit is telling you, right? Einstein said that the true sign of intelligence is imagination, not knowledge. The creative mind is the one that drives us towards the future. The problem is that it is seldom recognized and therefore requires your determination to overcome opposition and prove your worth. So, if you are faced with a situation or surrounding you manifesting this happy family, or you manifesting this vision of happiness for your family, then it may be a time for you to quiet down and go within and just put boots to the ground and do the things that you are being led to do in order to continue to bring this manifestation into fruition. You have a lot of support. You have done the work as far as looking within, doing some self-reflection, also doing some form of self-study. You are being guided to now turn towards understanding natural law, because man's law is no longer serving you, right? Man's law is not, it's no longer serving you. It's no longer serving you. And if you continue to follow man's law and put man's law ahead of what God is showing you over and over again, and the things that God has put on your heart and placed in your mind to do, you will continue to spiral down the path that is going to lead to you not being in control of your situation and your environment. If you truly want this happy family, then it's time to really buckle down, stop talking about it, and be more about it, and just have strength and faith. Ashe. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. This was amazing. This energy is beautiful. It's a little scary. I totally understand it and I get it, but there's nothing to fear when it comes to fear, because all that fear is false evidence appearing real. So if you enjoyed this reading, I humbly ask that you hit the like button. And if you know somebody who would resonate with this message and that this message could really shed some light on their situation, please go ahead and share that with them. I would humbly appreciate it. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, my information is also down below. Just send me an email and we can work out a schedule when we can either do it live over video chat, or I can send a pre-recorded, and the prices are also there below. So until next time, love y'all.